Hazbin Hotel Season 2 will be releasing in the hopefully near future, so to help anyone just getting into it, or for those that need a quick reminder of what happened last season, here's a recap of everything you need to know before watching Hazbin Hotel Season 2. Also, a friendly reminder that less than 1% of my returning viewers are actually subscribed to me, so please give me a follow before watching this video. Anyway, let's get into this. In the pilot episode, we are introduced to the core characters of the show. Charlie Morningstar is the lead. She's the daughter of Lucifer and Lilith, and is therefore the princess of hell. She is the embodiment of pure wholesome joy, and wants to help sinners redeem themselves so that they go to heaven, and so the angels don't send an army of exorcists down each year to exterminate them. She decides to turn an old building that once belonged to her family into a hotel, which she calls the Happy Hotel. She does this with her girlfriend Vaggie. We're introduced to their first guest, Angel Dust, an adult film star who doesn't really want to be redeemed. He's kinda just there for the free accommodation. We're also introduced to Cherry Bomb being Angel's best friend. We also see Sir Pentious, who is fighting Cherry Bomb and Angel Dust over a turf war. Later in the episode, Alistair, the radio demon, introduces himself to Charlie and proposes the idea of coming on as a sort of investor to the hotel. He does this and brings two of his own souls, Nifty and Husk, to help out. Sir Pentious then attempts to ambush Alistair at the hotel, but is easily overpowered by the Overlord. By the end of the episode, the hotel is renamed to the Hazbin Hotel. Episode 1 of the actual show follows Charlie pitching her idea of redemption to the angels. However, the angels she meets with, Adam the First Man and Lute, his lieutenant, find it rather amusing. Instead of agreeing to Charlie's idea, Adam reveals that they're going to make the next extermination happen sooner, in 6 months instead of 12. Whilst this is happening, Vaggie is making the residents of the hotel help film a commercial. This leads to her making a deal with Alistair, promising the Overlord that he won't ever actually have to help them when it comes to video technology again. They do end up producing an advertisement, but by the time it airs, it's interrupted by an emergency broadcast. Episode 2 introduces us to Vox and the other Vs, Velvet and Valentino. We learn of Vox's rivalry with Alistair and how the two have been feuding for a while. In response to Alistair's return, Vox recruits Sir Pentious to go undercover for him to spy at the hotel. The snake demon is welcomed by all of the residents except for Angel, who finds him extremely suspicious. Angel eventually finds hidden Vox tech cameras and confronts Pentious about it. Pentious does eventually apologize with the help of Charlie, and he does become an actual resident of the hotel. Episode 3 focuses on the hotel residents learning about trust through a series of group exercises. Whilst this is happening, Alistair is borrowing Sir Pentious's egg boys, and he's on a mission to find out what's up with the other overlords. We learn that Velvet found the head of an angel exorcist, something which is shocking because we didn't know that angels could be killed. She confronts Camilla Carmine, one of the most powerful overlords, who deals angelic weaponry both to sinners and Hellborn, and accuses her of killing the angel. Nothing concrete is revealed in the meeting, but after it is over, one of the egg boys spies on Camilla and Zestiel, another overlord, talking after about how Camilla killed the angel. Alistair doesn't tell anyone what he learned, and the egg boy does tell Pentious, but the snake demon thinks he was speaking nonsense. Episode 4 is Angel Dust centric. We see the spider demon struggling to manage working for Valentino and also doing the hotel's group exercises. We get a look into Angel's relationship with Val and get a better understanding of why he is the way he is. Charlie tries to stand up against Valentino for Angel's sake, but ends up making the situation worse. Later on, Husk annoys Angel to the point the spider demon goes out for a drink, and Husk follows. Whilst at the bar, Angel's drink is spiked, and Husk basically moves in to try and resolve the situation. Angel doesn't appreciate it, but the two end up talking and singing about their feelings and trauma. We also learn that Husk was once an overlord who sold his soul to Alistair. The two share a nice moment together before returning to the hotel. Episode 5 introduces Lucifer to the show. We get to see his awkward personality and how his relationship works with Charlie, his daughter. Charlie really wants him to help her get a meeting with Heaven so she can pitch the idea idea of redemption to someone higher up than Adam. Lucifer just doesn't want heaven to hurt her the same way it hurt him. Alistair and Lucifer have a bit of a standoff over being Charlie's father figure, and Mimsy, one of Alistair's friends from life, shows up to use the Overlord as a shield against her enemies. Husk confronts Alistair over his soul also being owned, and eventually Lucifer agrees to help Charlie get a meeting in heaven. Episode 6 sees Charlie and Vaggie going to their meeting in heaven. The angels seem to be against the idea, but they do eventually allow Charlie to show her work by magically live streaming angel dust at that moment. They watch him go out clubbing with Cherry, Husk, Nifty, and Pentious, and are ultimately against the concept of him redeeming himself. Angel confronts Valentino after he makes a weird comment towards Nifty, and Charlie uses this as proof of Angel meeting all of Adam's requirements of a soul going to heaven. This triggers a big discussion between the angels, mainly Sarah, Emily, and Adam, who, after making no strong points during his argument, decides to out Vaggie to Charlie as an ex-angel. Episode 7 starts with Charlie being unsure whether or not she trusts Vaggie. Alistair and her end up making a deal where Alistair reveals that angels can in fact be killed. This is relayed to the other guests, and Charlie and Alistair then head to Cannibal Town to go meet his friend Rosie. This is so that they can get an army to help them fight the exorcists. Whilst those two are recruiting cannibals, Vaggie is convincing Camilla Carmine to tell her how she killed the angel. We find out after a lot of debate that the secret weapon is angelic weaponry, as it permanently harms both angels and demons. With Rosie's help, Charlie manages to recruit an entire army of cannibals, and they all head back to the hotel to train. Episode 8 is the extermination day. The angels appear, but the hotel are ready for them. Alistair loses his fight against Adam and disappears into the shadows. Pentious takes on Adam, but not before kissing Cherry. He is then instantly destroyed. Charlie and Vaggie take on Adam and Loot whilst riding Razzle and Dazzle. Dazzle would be killed by Loot. Loot and Vaggie would fight, and Vaggie would ultimately let Loot live. Charlie and Adam's fight was going in his favor, but because Dazzle, a Hellborn, was killed, it means that Lucifer was now able to step in. So he shows up and basically saves the day. He does fight Adam and leaves him in a bad state, but Charlie wants to let him live. However, Nifty then killed him. The hotel is rebuilt, and the end credits show Pentious making it to heaven. And there we go, a quick recap of everything that happened in season 1 of Hazbin Hotel.